Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and install the SSDs back here. Alright, you already know I got it on my tray. So just going to connect the SATA power right here. SATA data cable right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect the SATA power right up here. So right there. And I'll go ahead and connect this. Alright, that's good right there. Alright, and I did have to turn the drive around. Not only install it backwards, but turn the whole thing around just so that everything can reach right there. And just kind of shows you a little bit more of the versatility of this case. You're pretty free to do just about anything with it. Alright, so now I plug the SATA data cable right up here. So now we're going to want to connect the SSDs. So first off, we'll take the SATA data cable, connect it here, and then we'll go ahead and connect the SATA power. Alright, just slide that in here. Alright, good to go there. I took the liberty of not only flipping this around the way it should have been, you know, the cage like this now. I took this around, and instead of the bottom, now it's coming out of the top, just to make sure that all these guys can reach. Alright, so I'm going to connect this up here. And my SATA data cable right in here. Perfect. Only ignoring the cabling just for a split second. And I have a little slack here on the power cable and the data cables. I'll just go ahead and zip tie that all up right up here. Just make sure it doesn't get in the way. And to make it look a little bit nicer than just a rat's nest. And since, even though it wasn't meant for it, fits in perfectly, I have a little place here to route some of my zip tie. Perfect. Alright, and now for the third and secret SSD. Just going to run this cable up here. And because of the way I put the hard drives down here, and then I put this drive cage right here, unfortunately, I don't have room for my third SSD. So, you know, I have my 3 drives down here, 2 SSDs back here, 2 opticals here. If I got rid of one of the opticals, I can make it an SSD tray as well. But I want both of my opticals, so I'll kind of make my own tray for this SSD using my clips. There you go. As you can see here, here's my SSD, 2 opticals. Now I'm going to connect the third power right up here. And then connect these guys. Alright. So please remember, the fact that I had to use this was no fault of Thermaltake. It was my own stubbornness. So, cannot blame Thermaltake for my own stubbornness. Go ahead and just zip tie this right here. let's go ahead and put the face back on. Now let's, this has kind of been bugging me the entire time. Let's take that off. Alright, and we'll take this guy off too. Just a little twist tie. Alright, now that can breathe a little bit. Alright, so the case brings a little splitter. This is so that you can regulate the speed of the fans. The splitter goes connected to the 200mm fan, and I could use the other one for the rear fan. So now we're going to connect all the motherboard headers. Now that I have them all in one little bundle, I'm going to go ahead and slide them down here. Kind of built myself a little mess of cables down there. Pull those out in a second from the other side. Alright, and here is the USB 3 header. Just fish that through just for right now, although I probably won't connect it for a little bit. Here are all the cables. So we have all the headers over here, all the headers right here. So let's connect them all. I'm gonna start from the shortest first. So the shortest is gonna be the hard drive light, reset, all that good stuff. So let's connect that real quick. Alright, and now let's see, what is it going to be? HD audio or USB 2? USB 2 it is. Connect that right here. And HD audio is all the way down here. Alright, so now the reason I did it that way is now I'm going to come over here and kind of just tug on them all. And I'll clean that up in a little bit, but just so you can see how that goes. And then the USB 3 connection. Just goes right here. Alright, and that's pretty much it. Got to clean up some of the cabling, but give you a good idea just how that works. And forgot to plug this guy in, so let's go connect that real quick. So I'm just going to fit this. So I'm just going to fit the two PCIe connections right in here over where the USB 3 connection is and the power connection. Alright, so now all I got to do, plug the first one in and the second one, and she's good to go. Again, I just gotta finesse her in there a little bit. Computer's pretty much built. Power supply has all the cables running to the video card, running to the motherboard, running to the 8-pin CPU power, running to the optical drives, running to the 3 hard drives, and running to the 2 SSDs in the back. Alright, again, all I need to do is clean up the cabling. So now to actually use the Molex connection I have in there, this is to regulate the speed of the fans. The only fan I have to the regulator is the front panel fan. I typically don't mind a little tiny bit of noise. These fans really don't generate a ton, especially the front fan, being that it's a 200mm fan. It's probably not going to make much noise, if any at all. Just cleaning up some of the cabling now. Just in case I want any more, I'll leave that aside. Now this is what I was telling you about during the unboxing. If later on I get a better CPU fan or liquid cooling, the back of the board is exposed here, the entire back of the board. So without having to take out my entire motherboard, I can get to the back panel. So very nice. Alright, I think that'll work. Unfortunately, since this is not a fully modular power supply, I can't get rid of these extra PCIe cables. So I'm going to have to just zip tie them and tuck them away. Fully modular I would have preferred, but I got this power supply free, so I'm not going to pick and choose. No, I don't want your 1200 watt power supply. It is not fully modular. I don't know why I decided to use that voice, but I did. Alright. So I'm going to close it before any of the rats are born. And one thing that's going to help with the noise, aside from two things I'll show you up in the front, the rear side panel has noise dampening material, so it's going to be so much more quiet. Alright, so sorry I missed you. Just screwing in the side panel. Top. Alright, and let me show you the other noise dampening I was talking about. So this is, of course, the computer on its side. This is the bottom, or the underside, of the top of the case. And you'll notice kind of little 3 blocks right here that are kind of foamy. Noise dampening. The back side panel, the rear side panel, has noise dampening. The ceiling of the case has noise dampening. It's going to help a lot to keep everything super quiet. I am very excited to see how this sounds. I'll go ahead and put the side panel on. Alright. And she is fully built. Mind you, I need to screw the side panel on. She is fully built. I might clean her up a little tiny bit more, but this is what she looks like on the inside, all cabled nicely and pretty. I will want to play with it some more, not 100% to my liking, but still pretty good. It would help if I had a fully modular power supply, and I am also thinking maybe I'm going to swap out some fans to have some blue lighting in there. But that's it for right now. Again, this is Iggy with Dragon Blogger, showing you how to build a computer, how to cable it, and everything with the Thermaltake Suppressor F51. Take it easy, guys.